Hi guys, Bobby here. Yeah, you're wondering why am I reviewing a C-Class, right? It's been out for a few years now. But this is the new, I would say new, updated C-Class with a 9-speed gearbox. 9! So this one has a 9 gtronic transmission. As we all know, right, the previous C-Class, even though it has a 7-speed gearbox, right, I'm sure you have read a lot of complaints online saying that the transmission is slow. That's no longer the case, apparently. After driving the 9-speed gearbox C-Class C250 AMG line with for a few days, right, I have to say this gearbox is really up to par now. Alright, it's very comparable to the BMW 8-speed ZF, which is lightning fast and pretty good. Alright, let's go through what you get with the C250 AMG line first. Alright, let's turn you around. Okay, first thing first, I'm not sure how Mercedes position their diamond grille. You know, the diamond grille, I don't know how or when that should appear on what car, but I really love the diamond grille. I'm not sure if it is available across the range, but I prefer the diamond grille over this one. This one is very sporty, like 2 wings coming out and the huge logo emblazoned in the front. But I sort of prefer the diamond grille. Alright, this one has the AMG body kit, so it looks more aggressive. Okay, if you've seen some C300s with the really good looking chrome splitter below, this guy has it now. Okay, and rarely do I see a chrome splitter on cars. You see, chrome finishing is a very delicate finishing, right? You can see the mirror effect and all that. It's a very delicate thing, but putting them way down here, right, it has to be tough enough to take a lot of stone chipping, mud splashing and all that. And so far, with this car being like, I don't know, 4,000 km, it looks pretty good. Alright, so it must be some high quality chrome being applied here, and it looks good. It's not only sporty, but given that they made it in chrome, right, it makes it look really good. Not so apparent on a white color car, but if you've seen the blue color C-Class, right, or the black ones, they really stand out. They really stand out. Okay, now the headlamps. What can we say about Mercedes headlamps, man? They look beautiful, jewelry like, all of them. They look like jewelry, right? And of course this isn't the S-Class Coupe with the Swarovski, right? But I don't see a big difference. They all look pretty stunning. How they design all the internal elements, the light trail that runs here, the daytime running lights, that sort of looks like hovers above. And even though you can't really see it, this little part here that holds the LED is set in chrome, which is really nice actually. And then you have some wording in there, LED intelligent light system. So this light, when I swivel the steering, when I turn the steering, they will actually move. If you have a friend with C-Class and all that, at night when they switch off the headlamp, right, when the car just switch on, you can see everything coming alive. It's quite a sensation. It looks pretty organic in certain ways as well. Yes, these are run flats. Okay, that explains the firm ride. Okay, now the AMG line, not only you get an AMG wheel, these are 18 inches. Okay, of course the car will look better with 19 inch, but 18 inch is alright. And with cross drilled disc brakes, you can see the disc brake almost filled to the brim here, right? So these are performance brakes, and after driving it, yes, the brakes are really good. Okay, it's firm and it's progressive, and it's very easy to modulate. Okay, these are the turn signals. Mercedes pioneered these, so they sort of invented this, which is a godsend, because back then, before someone thought of putting signals on the side mirror, a lot of cars which are in close proximity to you, when they put on their signals, you can't really see it. But now it's different, and even Myvis have them now. Okay, keyless entry, of course. This is a Mercedes. This is the 287,888 ringgit car. Of course, you get all that. Okay, coming to the back, this is where people confuse it with an S-Class. They can't really tell. Even myself, when it first came out, I'm not sure if it's an S-Class or a C-Class, and that's their family design language now. Okay. The boot, spring-loaded, right up, and this is my pram. I'm able to put them side by side, which I cannot in my Audi wagon. So this is rather spacious. It's not as spacious as the one in the Passat or the A4. You have some levers here where you can release the rear seats and then you can push it down later. Alright, and then the mechanism that operates it, right, is totally silent. Let me show you again. Try and listen. It's silent. Okay? Let's come to the rear. All the new Mercedes cabins. Beautiful. Now, go through the door panels. Sorry for the rubbish. Now, it now gets the Burmester sound system. And this open pore wood is just glorious. This is real wood. It's the same soft material that wraps in. And then the inner side of this, the inner side is carpeted. So it feels good to the touch. Alright? Let's come inside here. I am 5'11". Ooh. Ooh. Look at this headrest. Look at my finger. Look at that. Look at that. What that means is it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. It's not as spacious as the 3 Series. And maybe the A4 is also slightly larger. Passat, needless to say, the Passat is huge. I'm very near to the headliner, but there's still a bit like an inch of space. Alright? Why? Because, ta-da! It comes with a fantastic panoramic roof. This is not a sunroof, it's a panoramic roof. So, why do I say that? Let me turn you around. Sorry. This is a lot larger than normal sunroofs, okay? And it freaking opens. It opens up. It's not just a glass on top, alright? It opens up all the way. So it is a panoramic roof fitted here, okay? Leg room, decent. I have like about 4 fingers of leg room, knee room here, and this part of the seat is sort of indented, so it's alright. And very unique door pockets. What door pocket? Seat pockets. Look at that. And this is leather. This thing is leather. So it's a leather pouch. Very high quality. Oops. Very inviting. It's a leather pouch that is intricately designed. This feels so much better than the netting on the A4. Alright, feels so much classier than it. Yeah, it's a sophisticated approach instead of just a normal pocket, you know? It feels good. Okay? And here, meet Wall E. That's his eyes and the nose. Okay, this is, there's no third zone climate control, but this is pretty alright because it's angled upwards and you can close it off or open it. This one, right, it doesn't feel the same quality as the ones up front. Those feel higher quality and a little bit of ambiguous when it comes to adjusting it, because instead of having a knob over there, this one is you have to operate it like that. Use your fingers and push it left or right. But at least, right, when it comes back to the center, you can hear it. It clicks. I really like that. Okay. And my feet is able to slot underneath the front seats, which makes it comfortable. And then the center tunnel is huge. Huge center tunnel. But at least the rails of the seats isn't mounted on an elevated platform. So at least it's okay for the rear middle passenger. Okay, I'm 5'11" again. So in the middle, I feel alright. Mainly because the padding here is rather soft. so it doesn't bulge me up. Instead, I press it down. Let me show you. This part here is pretty plush and soft, so it doesn't bulge me up when I sit here, right? That's the armrest and the cup holders. No surprises there. There's a compartment here. It's deeply carpeted, very thick carpeting, very nice. Okay, so yep, that's the rear compartment, and I love the red color leather. I always like red color or brown color leather, and recently cream as well. Front compartment, the same beautiful high quality door panels here, and they just look so good, right? And only Mercedes puts the seat adjustment here, so it's very convenient. It's so easy to understand. They don't feel as cold metal, as real cold metal as the ones in the Audi A4, but they look good nonetheless, okay? And being individual buttons is very convenient to operate. And then, given that Mercedes frees up the gear stock, okay, this is very easy to use. The stock lever there, yeah, that's the gear. How you operate that? When you hold your steering here, right? Push it up, reverse, push it down, drive, press, park. Very easy. So when you free up that space, right, it allows you to have a very big compartment here, rubberized, and it's very spacious, very deep in there. You can put your wallet, you can put your phone in. The cup holders are here. There's a 12-volt charger, and then this is the Mercedes command system controller. But one thing I noticed, right, because they used to be left-hand drive, okay, that's why as the driver sitting on the passenger side, you have the dynamic controls, right? You can control the sport, the comfort mode, eco mode, the sensors, and the start-stop. And then over here, which is where the passenger will sit, he or she can operate the volume control, and then to turn on and off the radio, and then the blinds at the back. Because as the driver, you would have had the volume control and all that on your steering wheel anyway, okay? But the advantage of having a perfectly symmetrical center dash is that you do not need to do different versions of interior when it comes to making a right-hand drive version of your car, right? So now that this is right-hand drive, let me start the car. As the driver here, the adjustment for dynamic, sport, eco is over there. Not too big of an issue because it's within reach, but it's not within sight. So because the first day as I got out the car, right, I cannot find the where the start stop is. To turn off the start stop, it's actually over here, sort of obstructed from my view. A small niggle, but not too big of an issue. A small niggling thing, which I understand. I fully understand why. So that's why I didn't make much of a complaint. Okay, this opens split in a split manner. There's a very nice elastic band here, so you can put your stuff. And then there is 2 USB ports there. There's the SD card there. Okay, so it's pretty alright. And the middle part here is rubberized. There's a rubber strip there, so you can run your cables through it and still click lock. Okay, so yeah, that's the steering wheel. It's flat bottom, and it's a very good size, and it's perforated over here, very sporty because it's an AMG line, right? Pedal shifters are there. I like the feel of the pedal shifters a lot. I like how they are, you know, sort of smooth and metallic to the touch at the back there, and pretty alright. One thing I just find that you know, Audis, they have this roller here for volume. I find it more convenient than buttons. Buttons, of course, if they are within reach, it's very easy, right? You can just press, right? But the roller, which they use here for volume, feels better when it's here. So you can just roll it up for volume, roll it down. All right? I mean, it's a personal preference. Okay, this is perfectly user-friendly as well. All right. So that's the multi-information display. You can display different things, different parameters of the car, and then you have the headlamp controllers. These, I suppose, are maybe card holders. Yep. And as you slot them in, right, towards the very end, right, it sort of tightens up, so it won't fall out. It will definitely not fall out. A very good feature to have for your touch and go cars and all that. Okay, that's the parking brake, and I kind of wish that is placed here like many cars, so it's more familiar when someone jumps into your car. Okay, and this part here, just this part alone, right, the design looks good. Just this part alone, look at it, right? And it's very convenient. I can slot my palm here. There's a sort of an angle to it that I can slot it in, and very comfortable during long distance drives. And then these buttons, they feel really good to the touch. Very, very good to the touch. Okay, door unlock and lock button is over here. Of course, I wish the door unlock and lock button should be in the middle, like BMW's, because the passenger can operate it. Alright, now that it's over here, the passenger over there has to reach over. She has to reach over to lock the doors, provided you duplicate them both sides. Okay, my Audi has both sides. They are on both sides. Okay, look up here. Sunglass holder. This part here is mysteriously hard plastic. Okay, but it's rubberized in there. Very nice rubber, so to protect your glasses. But they don't look big enough for a lot of modern female woman sunglasses. I don't think they will fit. You know, those really big aviator type, the Gucci's and all that, I don't think they'll fit in here. Okay, this one opens up, which is alright. The sun visors. Okay, nothing surprising here, but a lot of cars use that type. But this one is sort of opens up. No complaints. You can slot some cards here, and this thing feels really hard, but the finishing is nice. Okay, it just feels hard. All right, there are 7 airbags in this car. This 2-liter engine makes 211 horsepower, 350 Newton meters of torque, and that looks really good. Let me show you. Look at that. What could that be? It's an in-car perfume system. So you can buy perfume from Mercedes-Benz and you slot them in. They're gonna route through your air conditioning. I tell you, I kid you not, these things are really good, you know. It's really, really good. They make your cabin feel all the more fresher and very nice. And coming to that, this thing, which a lot of Malaysian will find that is another niggling thing that might annoy some people. This thing, where you switch off the circulation, only lasts for a while. Halfway through driving, you start smelling outside again. You'll notice that Mercedes has automatically switched it off again, and they are refreshing, have air coming in again. So why they do that? Some say it's European regulation, and some say it's just to have fresh air circulating into the cabin once in a while. All right, let's switch on the infotainment system. Okay, you will notice that your friend's C250, right, the previous ones with the 7-speed gearbox, actually has a larger screen. So those are 8.4 and now it's 7-inch. I think it's about product, how do I call it? You know, the kind of realignment of your product range to see what you can offer. So hey, I would gladly trade that smaller screen for this, a panoramic roof. A panoramic roof makes the car feels so much airier. Look at that. It looks great, right? I think even sedans, all sedans should have a panoramic glass roof. That opens as well. Look at that. Right? It feels very different to have. Look at that. It's fantastic, right? So, yeah man, I like it. I would trade anything for a panoramic roof because it's just so much better. And then when it's really hot, really sunny out there, just switch it off, just close it, and then you have a normal headliner. Okay, of course I will open it. Alright, So what's different? This is sort of lower spec than the previous C250 infotainment system, but I don't think you lose a lot. Okay, the only thing is that you don't get the Mercedes navigation system. This is exactly the same as the C200 now. So when you go into navigation, okay, let me show you other things first. Vehicle. Yeah, sometimes it loads rather slow, but the interface is generally very nice. I like their interface. Okay, look at the graphics. They put in a lot of effort in the graphics, and I think their graphics are really good. Sometimes it lags a little bit, okay, because it's a lower grade model with lower processor and all that. But it's when you enter the navigation that's quite yeah, you end up in Garmin. So of course it's customized for Mercedes-Benz, but Garmin should learn how to do graphics from Mercedes. You know, this graphics is just isn't very Mercedes, to say the least. All right, so yeah, it's a pretty okay system. I would gladly trade, like I said just now, a smaller one for panoramic roof and other specifications, and the Burmeister sound system. Burmeister, I mean, this is Porsche grade stuff, right? And it looks beautiful. The housing just looks just great. Okay, so of course you have all the other features. You have the automatic wipers, automatic headlamps, automatic everything, parking assist and all that. All these are available, 7 airbags and all that. And this dashboard is leather clad, so it's very highly specced. Okay, and now that there aren't many competitors with equal price range specs, because this one is 287,000. BMW no longer sells the 330i, which used to be the 328i. So yeah, this guy is all alone, I guess. Of course, Audi has a similar model. The 2-liter with the virtual cockpit is about 270,000. About that same range. But horsepower wise, that one is only 190. This is 211. So if you want a higher horsepower, they used to have the C300, which is 245 horsepower, but now it's the C350E, which is I don't know, 500 Newton meters or 600 Newton meters. It's just insane amount of torque, that car. I haven't tested that car yet, but I wish to test it. Okay. One thing you'll notice is that the Mercedes turbo engine, right? You hear a little bit of clatter from outside. Can you hear it? Yeah. You hear a little bit of clatter, but inside you don't feel it. And in terms of the transmission, the gear change and all that, right? It's very fast. It's a lot faster than the previous ones. But sometimes, first gear, second gear, sometimes it'll hunt for it. It's sort of like, hey, this gear or that gear. But that's it. That's just about it. Overall, this car handles very well. It's a good looking car. It's not the most spacious in class, but specification, how it looks and all that is alright. But the suspension, the ride, even though I'm able to adjust between eco, comfort, sport, right? Even in comfort mode, it is on the firm side, because this is the AMG line. But it does feel firm, you know. Even though it has run flats, yes, but the 330e has run flats as well, and that car is really pliant. Alright, but it's a very good update to this product, and it's the best selling premium sports sedan now. This is the best seller, I mean the C-Class range. Okay, yep, so yep, that's all about it. The other bit will be the drive. Morning. Now, over the past few days, right, I've been trying to find a few faults here and there, okay? The only few things that I managed to find, first of all, this new gearbox, even though it's faster than the previous 7-speed gearbox, right? This 9-speed gearbox, at times, at low speeds, between first and second gear, there is a bit of hunting going around. So sometimes you just want to linearly accelerate. You do not, you know, if any of you would know German cars or European cars, right? After you depress the throttle, there is always a button at the end of it. That is the signal to do downshift, you know, or downshift more. So Sometimes even coming out of a junction, you are rolling by in second or third gear, and then you just depress your throttle a bit more, slightly more than half, but you did not do a fast acceleration. You know, our throttle pedal actually studies all this, but at times it will drop 2 gears and go into first, and sometimes it will do that. Sometimes it will just go to the second, and then it will just do its job. In terms of shifting speed, it doesn't feel as lightning as the DSG transmissions. You know, those are like immediately when they downshift and then they can go zoom, 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 you know, super fast. It doesn't behave that way, but I like this transmission more than the previous 7-speed gearbox. Okay, the previous 7-speed really, it is slow. Yeah, it is not very smooth, and at times, so only during the initial first, second gear that I feel that sometimes it will do that. Yeah, you see, I'm in comfort mode, but it has that I'm in comfort mode. And then the last thing that you will notice is the suspension is on the firm side. Even in comfort mode, it's considered on the firm side, but perfectly acceptable. Other than that, right, this car is fantastic. It's a hood to drive, steering is excellent, but steering at slow speed is off-centered, right? It's as if the pump went into sleep mode, and then at the slightest detection of torque from your hands, then it jumped back to life. There is a little bit of resistance at dead center in slow speed cruising that time. There's that tiny bit of few that I can feel that, is there a resistance? And then there's none. Is there a bit? There's none. So that, it has steering feel. Not as much as the GLA 45, but it's a steering that you can just come out the car and then you drive fast and then you don't feel afraid, because you get to feel things. Alright? They really hit it. They really got it really good. That's the lane departure sensor. So, which is a good thing. I appreciate that now after my micro slip incident. I really appreciate that now. Yeah, it's a very nice car to drive. It is a very nice car to drive. Alright, so if there's anything else you want to know about the car, drop a comment there and let me know. And I hope I've given you enough of understanding of how this car drives, how this car behaves. Alright? Yeah, thank you very much. Subscribe. Why you don't subscribe? Please subscribe. Bye.